Joe's mystery dropping bangers. Let's go, man. I didn't know what to say there. I'm sorry. Lost.
Freezing out there, Rivers, mate. Let me tell you something, PC Crimes, mate. I'm fed up with being late, but honestly, I was hanging out with one of my German mates, and he's the one to blame, really.
Yeah? Why is that?
He's the worst. Anyways, what you got for me?
I've got the story of June and Jennifer Gibbons.
I say to myself, how can I get rid of my own shadow? Impossible or not impossible? Without my shadow, would I die? Without my shadow, would I gain life?
What?
Increase my situation or decrease it? Be free or left to die?
Born in 1963, Wales, these were two twins that struggled so much during their school life. Things didn't go too well for them.
Twins, huh?
I mean, they needed to
Recently,
die.
we've been doing a few of these weird cases.
Yeah, and these are twins that had a very, very strong connection.
Do you believe in, like, twin connection?
Like telepathy, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I
believe
feel
in that?
like I can... No, I know what you're thinking right now.
What am I thinking?
This man is so beautiful. I just want to snug his...
Oh my god,
Hey,
you
so.
actually... Yo, that's scary, for real. Anyways, let's get into this.
These twins, okay?
It's a little
of
weird,
course, like
Bucko.
everyone else,
It's a little
they had
weird,
parents,
Bucko.
And the
Well,
mother...
not necessarily like everyone, you know.
Oh, well, unless you're
At
coming
some
out of a
point.
tube.
Ooh.
But you still technically have parents in some way.
Okay, fine. I'm willing to let that slide.
However, the parents, you know, the mother was a housewife and the father was an RAF technician. Quite the job, that.
That sounds
anyway,
quite cool.
Yes.
Kinda
Anyway,
badass.
twins, they were very silent and could actually only speak a few words by the time they went to school. Now, because of this and because of the race, they were actually the only black kids in the community. They actually, you know, struggled and got bullied at school. Unfortunate stuff, but that's what happened.
You can imagine if they weren't able to speak that well going into school back then, especially, it would have been pretty rough.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but obviously back then, race played much more of an
Oh,
impact.
100%. Well, we're
back
talking
then.
like 60s, you know, so.
Yeah, for real. So, anyways, at the age of 11, they moved to a place called Haverford West. I feel like that's how you would say it.
Never heard of
Personally, can't say I've been, so I can't give first-hand.
Probably a good thing because
This place was known for really, really heavy racism. So, definitely not a place on my holiday vacation list.
What is that, an Aryan racist podcast? Back in the day, they had podcast. Niggas was, God, they just been racist forever. Argus. Sound like this a Marvel tragedy, chat? What is going on here?
But it literally got to the point where these twins were allowed out from school 5 minutes before the bell rang so that they could get away without being bullied. Could you imagine how horrific that would be?
yeah,
Like,
that
especially at
that's
school,
quite
when you're
sad
that
story.
young, the teacher having to say,
gonna mess
right,
with your head.
you guys can go. The twins actually started
God,
speaking
man.
in their very own language. Now, this is called, and I will definitely ruin the name of this, but it is called idioglossia, and it's
Ooh.
very common with twins. right?
Iridocyclitis.
It's not that. We could put a definition of what that is.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, but if you're wondering what that is, you may have seen, you know, this actually happened in a school I was at, but they weren't twins, they were sisters,
Yeah.
right? And they literally said that they had their own language. Now, I was there like, that's cat. There is no way you are actually understanding what the other
how
person's
did
saying.
they do that?
Yeah,
How
no,
did- that
it's
is
pre
crazy,
planned
man.
shit.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be
might-
quite
it's
common
like some-
with
it's like
within
that
twins.
I mean,
twin
it's got its
telepathy
own
stuff.
like name, so.
Yeah.
It's like that twin telepathy stuff, huh?
Now, because of that, you can imagine, obviously, them being very isolated from school, being in a place where people didn't really want to be friends with them, they became extremely isolated. And obviously, these two twin sisters
Yep.
just became like inseparable. No, you couldn't take them apart.
Yeah.
Just a short break in our usual programming, but this time it's to keep this massive light on here that's shining bright on our.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, what are they promoting? What is that? Beer
Honey's
52?
probably gonna love it.
Yo, make sure you guys check it out, bro, okay? Link down below. Link down here, okay?
Here's for you guys. Each have had
Oh my
beer for
God.
more than a couple of.
Oh my god, how
to
long?
see.
Lovely. They actually tried to separate the girls and make them live independently so they could just become close with other people, you know, start talking, I guess.
Build up the social skills.
Yeah, you know, build up the confidence, that kind of stuff. But the connection between them, that was so strong, they were so synchronized in everything they did, that the actual separation destroyed them. Like, they wouldn't move, eat, talk, nothing like that.
Oh, God.
Could you imagine that? That's something like me, Chip. When we leave this
That's it, my day's up.
this
My
wonderful
life,
office,
my life's over.
I'm not speaking to anyone. I'm just thinking, when do I next see PC Crimes?
Yeah, well, anyway, at 16, they were actually reunited and then spent, obviously, a lot of time.
Closed off together.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's Christmas, 1979, and they were actually gifted some diaries. So, as you would, they started writing stories, poems, novels, all that type of thing, and they both became really devoted writers. They were really into it, and they were writing a lot, and they were writing all sorts of novels, and they would actually publish them, right? And not only that, but they would publish them under the name of one of the twins. So they would just pick one and say, right, this one's going to be on you. But not only that, but they also started writing about crime as well, which is pretty interesting. And in fact, the first one was called Pepsi Cola Addict, right? Now that sounds quite interesting.
I mean, yeah. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, I might even be a self-proclaimed Pepsi Cola
I used to have
addict.
5 cans of Coke a day back when I was a kid.
Did you actually?
I swear to God, when I was back in my Xbox days, I'd just be busting through.
Yeah, bro. That's me. Like, same with me and like the Code Reds and like Mountain Dews and shit. Oh my God. Back in the day when I used to game all the time, that was, oh God, we used to go hard because you get the double XP from them too. So we would like, we would go to, what do you call it? Walk to this place called Safeway, which was like a little gas station. A lot of people have like Food Lion, I think, or like Farm Fresh. I think you guys would have probably had, you guys, like, when I say stuff like that, for like UK people, you guys would have probably been walked to like a Tesco's or something. Probably would have been a Tesco's, because a Tesco's isn't like a grocery store, right? This place had like full on groceries in it. So like whatever the equivalent to a grocery store, I guess, would be. Because Tesco's is like a gas station without gas, right? That's what I imagined it. Am I wildin' or no?
Bro, that explains a lot, actually.
Just every
so
day
we'll
just
just leave it
crack
at
'em up.
that. Right, anyways, Pepsi Cola Addict was actually not so much about that, really. It was about where a high school hero was seduced by a teacher, right? And then sent away to be reformed.
Okay.
Okay, and essentially, when he gets sent away, the guard makes a move for him. Goes to try and mess him up, right? So that's what that story is all about. And then there was another one called... I know I'm going to mess this name up, and you're not allowed to laugh when I say it for the first time,
won't.
okay? The Puglius.
Pulisic? Chelsea player, that.
Under the name? Oh, okay, okay.
Pugilist.
Now this one was about a
Pugilist.
doctor who was very keen to save his child's life, as you would be, right? Literally to the point where he kills the family dog to obtain the dog's heart
A sacrifice.
for a transplant.
A sacrifice. They had to.
How the fuck does that work? Can you do that? Is it even big enough? How does that work? I don't think the math isn't adding up on that one, chat. It's not adding up. The math, it's not there.
Imagine I was there
It's
like,
not
yeah, I'm
there.
gonna stick a chihuahua's heart in you, mate. I mean, surely, first of all,
If it gets a blood pumping, I don't see why not.
I'm not too sure the dog's heart's gonna work. I've got some terrible news for this doctor. He might not be qualified for his job.
In 1981, things took a turn for the worse for the
No,
twins.
not like this.
They turned to crime, vandalism, petty theft, arson, and that actually led them to not be sent to prison, but in fact Broadmoor Hospital. They were sentenced to indefinite detention under the Mental Health Act 1983. To be specific.
Can we just say, Chip, right?
Why do they
Broadmoor,
always
that's
look
over
so
your
crazy?
Side, isn't it? How many
Those
times have we done cases?
The building's like, I don't know if it's because it's like the old style or whatever, but it always looks so frightening. Like it just looks like some like wild stuff is going down there. You know what I mean? At least that's how I always feel every time I see it. I'm like, oh God. Oh, I wouldn't even drop anybody off there. Like, it just looks like you're going in there, you're never coming out.
Cases here where, like, Broadmoor Hospital surely can almost have a book about some of the most insane people that
like
have
a
been
hall
there.
of fame.
Literally like a hall of fame.
Like the retiring jerseys.
Yeah, seriously though, the amount of just crazy people that have been to Broadmoor hospitals.
Well, they were actually kept there for 11 years, put on high doses of antipsychotic medications, which obviously leaves you in some way unable to concentrate, and they actually stopped writing because of this, which is quite sad.
I have heard as well, like it stunts your creativity massively.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of the time artists that are like musicians that are addicted to drugs and things like that, that's why sometimes you'll see people say, oh, they made their best music when they were high on whatever, and then when they start taking these drugs, it suppresses so much of that and their creativity, and they obviously were stunted in terms of their writing, but other artists.
Bit of knowledge for you there, bit of Cal Easy knowledge for you.
That's free of charge, that one. You can have that one for free. So
I wonder if he knew. He couldn't have known that, huh?
Yeah, no. My point is that it's not just a bit of cap, like, you know.
It's serious.
It's
stuff,
actually, it's a serious thing. So
Marjorie Wallace. Now, she is a woman that wrote a book on the twins and said that the twins had an agreement. So if one died, the other must speak and live a normal life. Okay?
So that they didn't think that they could coexist, or
yeah,
what?
yeah, essentially. So they made a pact, and that pact was once they actually left the hospital, that one of them would actually have to die, and they believe,
like sacrifice.
Yeah, like a sacrifice or whatever,
my
so that the other
God.
could go ahead and live a happy life. They believed what you just said. They couldn't coexist, and yeah, once
someone needed to die.
Yeah, and obviously they did get out, and it was Jennifer. She volunteered. So,
Wait,
what,
so
they
this
weren't
is
they
actually
weren't they
serious?
weren't scrapping over it like who's got to die. They genuinely believed that had such close connection, and obviously Jennifer wanted to be the one to volunteer so that June could go ahead and live like this happy, fulfilling life, a normal life.
True to her word, in March 1993, when they were being transferred from Broadmoor Hospital to a more freer clinic, I guess you could call it, which was over in Wales, Jennifer puts her head on her twin's shoulder, and she says, "At last we are out," and passed away. She
Like
passed
just
away.
like what, like
just like
just
that.
like what, like a controlled passing away?
Well, right.
How is
What
that?
they
She
say
had to have
was there was
something
a
in her
sudden
system.
inflammation of the heart.
Okay.
No drugs were found. No reason to believe that it wasn't.
Sounds like one of those like under the nail type punctures or something where they like either she took something and it like digests really fast. You know what I mean? There's no way it was just nothing. It was some weird shit going on with that for sure.
Natural, but these are not. They're not old. They should be dying of old age.
Thank you.
How has it that she has just decided that the time has come where she wanted to, in quotation, sacrifice herself so that the other twin could go and live a happy and free life, right? Do you not think that is?
It's just weird though. Like, what, she just pressed a button? How can you you can't?
But it's that twin thing, innit?
Yeah.
Like what? Like genuinely, what if they both believed they couldn't coexist?
She managed to break her heart so much. I can't wrap my head around that. She's just gone, right, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna die now.
That's
yeah,
honestly
dude.
exactly what she did while being transferred from one place to another.
Wow. Well, that's blown my rocker off.
And the death to this day is a mystery.
Wow. There we go. But yet she is living independently in a good life now. So I guess it worked out.
I mean, look,
Kinda.
they said they couldn't coexist, and now, with one of the sisters dying, like you said, they're able to live that happy, free life.
Wow.
June ended up telling Wallace, the author of the book, "I'm free at last, liberated, and at last Jennifer has given up her life for me." This is.
So was she? That was 2008. She was still living with her parents in Wales. So she still cutting about?
I
Probably
guess
gonna be
so.
about
She's
60 somewhere. 63. 63 is when they were born. Yeah, she's gonna be like.
Yeah, she's
coming
still
up on
cutting
60.
them out. Yeah, that's mental. That, to be fair.
Yeah. Wow. Well, impressive stuff.
And it's quite clear that she
Wow.
obviously still really does believe about the coexisting.
Yeah.
Oh no, June's dead.
Right,
We've just had word. Hold on, we've just had word.
She's not
June's
here
dead.
with us. Yeah.
June's dead. So Chip, this is a weird mystery because one, do you believe that twins can have that strong of a connection,
Yeah.
or do you think there was something deeper
I think
than
maybe
that?
they can.
I think it's
but
something deeper, bro.
Like, it's impossible to know if you were not a twin, right? You'll just never know.
There's also surely
could
is there
have
any
some
scientific
psychic
research
connection.
behind this?
But this could go beyond science, man.
I
Could be
think
in
it
the
does.
spiritual world, conscious minds.
Yeah, man. But not only that, but how have we still not know like how that death happened? Just all of a sudden, the heart inflamed. It's something genuinely. It's something out of like a fantasy book. right?
Yeah.
It sounds so unreal. It sounds like something they would have written about. I mean, she did write about a heart. I mean, admittedly, it was about a heart transplant from a dog. So it's not quite the same.
But it still involved a heart.
Bro, it still involved a heart, and that's all I'm saying. Anyways, guys, let us know. What do you think? Do we have any twins watching or listening?
Yeah.
Let us know. Do you feel like you have a stronger connection than most other people do to their siblings? Let us know. Anyways, guys, as always, if you haven't already, go ahead and listen to this on Spotify, or just go and press follow on the Fellas Mysteries, because you guys can just listen to a few of these short ones, whether you're going to work, uni, any of those places. So yeah, also what do they need to do?
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, and let us know down below
that's
whether you think these twins had something deeper than just a sibling vibe.
Sibling vibe.
It was definitely a little more than that, but I still think it was feeling a little siblinging.
Next Monday.
Did I say siblinging? Chat, did that happen? Siblinging? Just let it happen, chat, please.